flooding. Make no mistake about it, the more than 200 plaintiffs who make up this lawsuit have lost millions of dollars to recurring floods. But the lead name on this complaint wants more than just money. He wants his land back and a tame river back, too.
This farm has been in the family about 50 years. The river has become a way of life for most farmers up here. Just the effects of being around it we all enjoy, but when the river's flooding and it's taking your property, it becomes an animal that you really don't like.
For Roger Eidecker, this river is alive, living, breathing, constantly on the move.
In 2011, the water height was approximately here on the side of this building.
But lately, since 2006 to be exact, Eidecker and his lawsuit claim the Missouri is moving, behaving different.
We do expect small floods from time to time, but we've never experienced floods like we've had in the last few years.
The 1944 Flood Control Act helped tame the mighty Mo to prevent massive floods and encourage farmers to move in, invest, and grow crops and businesses. Upstream reservoirs, wing dams, and other tools worked. A narrower, faster-flowing river flooded less, and farmers developed new fertile acreage from Missouri to South Dakota. But Congress also passed environmental laws. The environmental movement grew, and when river fish swam onto endangered species lists, political worlds collided.
They are intentionally flooding the lands.
Lead attorney Dan Boulware points to the Corps of Engineers' own manual. He argues the original 1944 Flood Control Act regulations made flood control a priority. But when a federal judge sided with environmentalists in 2003, revised manuals dropped that priority. The result, farmers claim, a return to an untamed river and floods, including the massive flood of 2011.
But that is the federal government, being the federal courts and Congress and the Corps of Engineers and the United States Fish and Wildlife Service working in tandem to basically flood the property and take it away, after they had embarked upon an initiative 60 years ago to say, move in here, invest all this money, and we'll protect you from the flooding, and now they pulled the rug out from underneath them. That's wrong.
Taking is the key word. The massive lawsuit doesn't accuse Uncle Sam of mismanagement, but of an unconstitutional taking of property to save sturgeons and piping plovers without compensation, much like taking private land to build a public highway.
The losses that they have sustained as a result of this repetitious flooding easily exceeds $250 million, if not $300 million.
We can't sustain the cost of repairing this farm if we're flooded frequently.
So yes, millions are at stake. But so too, these lawyers and farmers argue, is a way of life. They hope this legal action will lead to political action. And once again, a tame, yet living river.
We feel we are environmentalists, and it's our hope that we can all work together to have flood control and still have a friendly environment.
A spokeswoman for the Corps of Engineers told me today the agency does not comment on pending litigation. As for Eidecker, he says he and other landowners don't want to be paid to move off their land, but do want compensation for their losses. He estimates in the millions for his 2,100 acres alone. In the 2011 flood, all but 100 of those acres were underwater.